Hi everybody, so here I am with another video, and this is just a continuation of the previous video, where I was talking about like all my different haulage, from going to the mall, and like a lot of that stemmed from other stuff that I had purchased from online. Yeah, if you're into that, go ahead and well, if you're into what's in this video, then you'll probably be into that, or I don't know. I was gonna say you probably watched the other video, but if not, go ahead and watch it, but you may not want to watch it because I talk entirely too much about every random thing in the world. Or I can get like, you know, branch off from a story and okay. Anyway, it's like a big spider web right here of just me blah 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 blah. I like to say it's because, like, I don't really talk to people outside of the house. Like, I'll talk to people at work, and I'll, like, text, like, some of my friends, and I might, like, make an appearance on Facebook every now and then, just to let people know I'm alive. Maybe more than every now and then. I like to be on my own little Facebook typing away, but when it comes to, like, interacting with other people, I don't know. I've become, like, such a social recluse. It's just... It's easier, is it just me, or is it easier to talk when you're talking and that people aren't like there to respond back to you in real time? It just, I don't know. It could be because of the only child thing, like I've grown up only child. I don't know. Or maybe because I just don't like social interactions. I don't know. That's actually really not fully the case, but a lot of it stems again from work. Which I've talked a little bit about that in my previous video too. Anyway, so I got into this whole long-winded thing because of like stuff that I got at the mall relating to stuff, you know, like I was talking about these Sephora kits that I buy that have little vouchers, and going into the mall and redeeming stuff in person, those items from those vouchers. So let me just I don't know. Anybody who's watching this video for the, like, seeing this without seeing any of the other previous videos is probably like, what the heck? But there's going to be a lot of beauty products in this video because there lately have been a lot of, like, sales from the big beauty stores. You know, like, Ulta recently had the 20... Another issue I had in the previous video, I'm just, like, stumbling over my words because, like I said in that video, my mouth just can't keep up with my brain. So Ulta had the 21 days of beauty over the past month or so, and then, you know, starting, goodness, I don't know, I was gonna say April, it was August, the month was August, they both begin with an A, but it was August going into September. And so Ulta does the same thing where, like, each day they have a special, and it's usually like whatever Ulta is offering, but if they don't carry those specific items, then they'll have like something else instead most of the time to, you know, compensate for keeping up with Ulta, I guess. So I talked in the previous video that, and in other videos, that I had the Sephora had that yearly or subscription thing where you paid $15 for free shipping, where it's like unlimited shipping on like any amount. Like you didn't have to meet a minimum purchase amount to get the free shipping. But one thing, well, so I would purchase from Sephora all the time because, I mean, it's convenient. And also, like, you know that you can see whether or not the item's in stock. At the store, it's kind of questionable, even though now they have, like, on the website whether or not something's in stock or not. But you can't always rely on that. And plus, stuff in the store could be picked over. Like, I mean, I've experienced that before. I've come across many items that have been picked over and touched and all that nastiness at both Sephora and Ulta. It's not just Sephora, it's also very much Ulta. Probably Ulta more so than Sephora. Anywho, and then also Sephora will have this thing where you get free samples. You can get like 2 free samples with each purchase regardless. And then they also have like a free trial thing. If you have like, if you meet a purchase threshold, you can use a little code to get like a trial size sample of something. So I do that frequently too. So I have a lot of Sephora purchases, but now that they've done away with that program, like my subscription expired in August, and they sent me an email notifying me that they are no longer continuing that service, which is a bummer because I did a lot of shopping from Sephora that I probably would not normally have done if that was not a thing, like if I had not had that shipping option. So I'm just saying. Now I have to meet a $35 minimum threshold, which is not too bad, but still there's times where I don't want to spend that much. And I know that they have where you can get free shipping on any purchase, but then you have to use the code, and sometimes that's okay, but other times I want that little trial size, which may be like a $25 purchase. And I don't want to spend $35, but if that's the case, if I really want something really bad, I can find $10 or whatever to add to the order to boost it up so I can get my little item. But again, I'm just they know how to play me. Let's just put it that way. I know I'm being played, but I feel like I'm getting something good in return, so whatever. Yeah, so I don't even know where to begin. Oh, I should probably say something first about that. Let me backtrack. So I found out about these, what's it, Danessa Myricks? Is that her name? Yeah, Danessa Marx liquid eyeshadows. And I will be honest and say that I have not worn eye makeup in many months, because I've noticed that I've had a little bit of milia around my eye area. Well, I have milia like a little bit all over my face, but more so around my eye area. And I had one in particular, which I guess that's what you call a milium, like a single one, pop up under my eye, like on my lower lash line, kind of lower lid area. At first it kind of freaked me out a little bit, but then like I was scared that it was like a sty or something, so I didn't want to like use anything or like contaminate any of my like eyeshadows or eye products, because if it was a sty, like I don't fully know, but I think you can contaminate your stuff with, you know, with the sty. So it never really hurt, but it was inconvenient, and it's still there. It's been there. I've tried a few things, but I haven't really tried like consistently things to get rid of it. Mainly because like with it having been summertime, and like, you know, you can use stuff on your lower, like around that area, but I knew that it would make me extremely sensitive to the sun, and being summer, being out in the sun, especially a Florida trip that I went on, I didn't want to like do anything that would be like horrible. Like that would horribly irritate it, and plus I wanted to see if it would go away, which it didn't. So I've been avoiding eye products, or like eye makeup products. So I've had these, tested them out. Like I tested them out a little bit, but not a whole lot. Yeah, so I feel like I was going somewhere else with that. Oh, kind of sorry. So that's why I haven't been wearing eye makeup. But I've been buying a few things, which you will see. So I got 3 different of these over the course of a few months, because I think there was like at some point around April, let's just say April, they had one of those sales where you got like, I think I got 15% off. I think I was a VIB at that point. Moving on up in the Sephora world. It was either, I might have still had 10% off then, but I think it was 15, so I just went ahead and used that, and I got 3 of these. I got Soulmate, I got Mystic Fire, and I got Crazy For You. I'm not going to go into details with these. I was going to make a whole separate video back then, but again, this thing has been aggravating me, so I don't know. I may make a video about that. And then I found out about these. They also, again, Danessa Myricks, but I held off because I wasn't sure what to get and wanted to see them in person, but I don't think any of the stores around here had them in person at the time. Then again, I didn't really go to any to see. I know, again, you can check online, but whatever. So ultimately I got these instead, because I was going back and forth between this or this. So for June, you know, being Pride Month, they came out they probably actually had this before then, but I only saw it. I think I saw it because it's featured on a Morphe, like, social media account, but it's the color Pride, or it's the shade Pride. And this was exactly what I've been wanting in, like, an eyeshadow product. So this is like, it's not just duochrome, it's multi-chrome. So it's literally like rainbow. Is that even showing up? I don't know. It looks like you can see some of the colors, but it's not like flashing all the colors. I don't know. I'm seeing primarily like green, blue, and gold on the screen, but you see like also like purple, orange, and like kind of reddish. So whatever. Anyway, I have not worn that because, again, this. And also, I always have to wear eye primer, like with my eye products, because that has been, ever since like the Urban Decay primer potion has come out, that has been like a game changer for me for eyeshadows. Used to back in the day before that stuff ever came out, used to use eye drops, and I have debated going into like making a whole video about that, like how I used to do my makeup in high school and like demonstrate how I used to do that, but I can't fully remember exactly like how I use the eye drops, whether I put the eye drop on my eyelid first or if I put it like on the brush. I can't remember exactly. I have an idea how I did it because obviously I used to do it frequently, but it's just, my mind is kind of fuzzy with how I did it. But anyway, I have become obsessed with, I can't do my eye makeup without having like a primer on underneath it. I don't believe in doing the concealer. I guess concealer works for a lot of people, but it doesn't mesh well with my concept of using it as a primer. I'm just saying. So, let me jump over here. Oh great, my battery's gonna die. Okay, so what I was getting at with the primer thing was that I have several shadow primers, but they're questionable, and my favorite is the Urban Decay Primer Potion. So, that being said, that's why I haven't really been wearing it. That's another reason why I haven't really been doing like just eye makeup. Like I could do it up there, like on my regular lid. That's why I haven't really been messing with it after I realized that this is Amelia going on. So, of course, 21 Days of Beauty came to the rescue. So I got the anti-aging primer potion, and I got just, of course, the good old trusty original primer potion. I've never used the anti-aging one before. I hope that it's good. But the original one, like, to be honest, I haven't really used the original one and the repackage. I've always had the old school genie bottles of it, which that probably says a lot right there. And it seemed like people didn't like it after they changed it to this. I don't know. Maybe that's because I was just in like a little community where we were into the old products. But so I'm hoping that this is as good as the genie bottle was, even though that's been so long ago. Yeah. So now I got my primer potion, and I can do my makeup like I like to. This was something else they also had. Like Sephora had I guess it was for Labor Day, they had a bunch of stuff on sale, and they had some of these Clean Reserve perfumes marked down, and I've never smelled this one. This is Solar Bloom. Yeah, Solar Bloom, but it was marked down. I think it was, these may be originally $32 for the Clean Reserve ones, because it seemed like it was marked down to $16, which would have been half price, or maybe it was $14, $15. I don't know. Anyway, $14 to $16, probably $15. But they had the Fleur something, or something Fleur, which I have one of those little samples of it, and it's alright. I can't remember. There's something about it that reminded me of something else I have, and I was like, well, I don't need it then, because if it's like something else I already have, why do I need extra? Because it's not like a scent that I'm just crazy about. Now I'm questioning, what was it that reminds me of? And I know I got the sample around here, but I'm not going to waste time to dig for it right now. But I got this as a blind buy, and this is a freaking amazing. Like, I don't know, like, it smells, I think it reminds me of Bubble Bath, so I always get Replica and Clean Reserve mixed up, like those two brands. I get them both mixed up, but it's Replica who makes Bubble Bath, and that's kind of what this reminds me of. Let me just go ahead and spritz myself here, but I think, yeah, it's kind of more of a zestier Bubble Bath. Like, it almost has like a citrusiness to it, but then like it fades down really fast to like very similar to that Bubble Bath scent, which I love. Bubble Bath, I love all these like skin type scents, hence why, like, in that previous video I talked about picking up the scent one from the little voucher that I got from the most recent kit that I have of the perfumes. So I was just I love that I went ahead and bought this, because I think I only bought this because I needed to boost up my order for whatever reason. So I'm trying to think why. I don't know. I don't know. I've had so many purchases recently that I'm like, no, I don't remember why. But yeah. And also, I've been on like this huge like perfume kick like the past year or so. Again, like, that's kind of why I've been getting all these little perfume kits. Like, I've just been on this obsessive perfume kick, and it may be because, like, you know, past couple years we had to wear masks, so lip glosses are my thing. Like, out of all lip products, I love lip gloss the most, and so that was kind of like, you know, can really wear that on public because you don't want to get all over the inside of your mask. But now that we don't have to worry about masks as much anymore, yay. And then the eyeshadow thing, I was obsessed with eyeshadow palettes, but we're at the point now, or at least I'm at the point to where I have a majority of like the colors I love, and what I really love are those duochrome and multi-chrome shadows. But you're not, like, I'm not seeing them as much in the mainstream market. I mean, and a lot of the ones that I am seeing are just duplicates of things that I've already had from the past, from other brands and whatnot. So I've gotten a little like bored with what's available now with the newer eyeshadow stuff on the market, other than like the Danessa Myricks stuff. So I guess it's now time for perfume. And me, you can wear perfume all the time. So I just, yeah. So this was something that I bought from Sephora. This is another one of those, like, to me it's like a bargain. It's kind of like a, I guess you could say, a hack. So I'm just beyond a hot mess at this point. Everything keeps falling. I should have just left a little case on it. So this is that Burberry Her, and I don't even know what led me to this. It was something online I read and was like, oh, that sounds cool, and that it was another blind purchase, like blind smell purchase, whatever, blind buy. I can't remember the proper term that they use for perfume, but it was the description and it sounded great. I didn't know what to expect, and then I found out later that it's like a dupe for a Baccarat 540, and so yeah. So this was, I'm gonna say this was $29, and it has the travel spray, plus it has a little tiny little what do they call it, dabber things. Basically you just pop open the top and it's an open bottle. There's no spritzy, there's no roll-on thing, you just dab it on. So yeah, I think this was $29, but I think this travel size of the perfume alone by itself sells for $30 from Sephora also. So for $1 less, you got one item more. So I mean, it seemed like a no-brainer to me. So I was like, I have to invest in this. And this, oh my gosh, I'm looking at something else over here. So again, like I said, like I found out that this is a dupe for Baccarat 540. Or is it Baccarat Rouge 540? Am I making up the Rouge, or is that something else? I don't know. I should know, but I don't know. I want to say Baccarat Rouge, but 540. Trailing off of that, that reminds me. So people kept saying that like the Burberry Her smelled just like the Ariana Grande Cloud, except for Burberry. I think I know what it was, because Burberry has more of a berry hint and people were saying strawberry, and for some that's what it was. Some reason I got on this kick where I wanted strawberry scented perfume. That's how I came across it. And I was thinking that I was getting something that smelled like strawberries, because I'm okay. So going off on other tangent here. So back when like I was cool with Jeffree Star stuff, whatnot, you know, he had that Morphe setting spray that was like strawberry scented. I wanted a perfume like that, and I'm trying to find, like, I just, for some reason I got bit by this bug where I want strawberry scented perfume like that, like a few months ago, and I have yet to find anything that fits that kind of scent, like his spray. So that's what led me to the Burberry Her. Well, there, like, people were saying the difference between the Burberry Her and the Ariana Cloud was like, Cloud, instead of having that berry hint to it, or that berry note to it, it has marshmallow. And so I was like, that sounds interesting, but like I don't really care about marshmallow. But what got me onto that was this whole, you know, people were talking about Rihanna like smells like heaven and how amazing Rihanna smells, and it's because she wears Kilian, don't be shy. And so I got curious, because I was like, even though like I'm not a huge Rihanna fan, I'm like, all these people are like falling all over themselves talking about how amazing she smells. I'm like, what is this amazing scent? So I ended up buying a little set from Sephora. Then I think it was, again, it was back in the spring when they had a sale, or like the percentage off or whatever, and I think this sells for $35 and I got it for around $30. I don't want to do the math right now. It's probably not that difficult to do the math, but I don't want to do the math. Anyway, I think I paid like $40 for this. So this is that little set. These are those little sample sizes that are typically free, you know, but they send you for free. But I was like, I have to have it, because these perfumes alone, like a single bottle, like regular like 1.7 ounce bottle of this stuff is like $250, somewhere in that ballpark. So I was like, I'll just go ahead and spend my little $30 just to ease, you know, just to meet my curiosity. And now I'm like in love with most of these scents. And that's going to be a whole future purchase. So at the Love Don't Be Shy, I realized, like, I was like, yeah, I get a strong hint of that marshmallow. Like, people were talking about the marshmallow note in that. And I was like, I get a strong hint of that marshmallow. So that led me on a thing with, oh, marshmallow. Ariana Grande's Cloud has that marshmallow note in it. So I bought it because we had this at work, and we had a good price. Well, where I work, we have decent prices for perfume. And let's just go on a whole other tangent here. I've got more. Oh, there it is. The most recent kit from Sephora, perfume kit, that I redeemed and got the clean reserve from this kit. Yeah, so on that whole little tangent, whatever, I also invested in pink sugar, because this I've heard about for years and years and years, and I know everybody talks about it's like a candy scent and it's sweet and it's like cotton candy, and I'm like, I kind of feel like I was over that. Like, been there, done that a long time ago, don't care for it. But then I keep hearing people talking about it's a classic scent, it's like one of those sexy scents that guys love on you. Just like I'm really looking for somebody right now. I'm not really, but I don't want to go down that rabbit hole either. But we had this at work, again, for a pretty good price. So I got this, and for the heck of it, let's just throw in this. I got Elizabeth Taylor White Diamonds, because again, we had it at work for a good price, or a cheaper price than what I've been able to find it. Because another long story, childhood, 90s, I keep thinking of this scent that I have in my mind. I keep coming close to it, and the closest thing I can find to it is like the musk, like the Hoven musk or Hoven white musk or whatever, but it's not the same. And I was thinking, because of the people I smelled it on back then, the nostalgicness of it, and every now and then I'll smell somebody walk by, especially at work. Just every once in a blue moon I'll smell it on the customer. I'm like, there's that scent. And so I'm thinking, because of like the people I remember wearing it typically were more of the people who were grandmothers. Like, and I'm not trying to say like that stereotypical grandma, you know, age perfume, but typically most of the women who wore it had grandchildren. So I was thinking it must be White Diamonds, because that's, you know, such a big popular scent. So I got this, and this is not the scent that I was thinking of. However, it is still a very fun, nostalgic scent. Like, to me, it reminds me of like incense and perfume. So, no shame, happy to have this. This is a tiny sample of my perfume collection lately. We're gonna get into that some more here in a moment. Oh my gosh. So this is just one big rabbit hole that we're going down. Welcome to the world. So, speaking of stuff I found at work, I just stumbled across this one day while doing markdowns. I was like, holy heck, I have to have this. Now, let me just say, I do not, like, for the longest time, I wanted a purse by this designer. I love this designer. Would love to own anything and everything by this designer. However, I found out some sick, darkening history about this designer, and it totally changed my mind, and I was like, well, that just saved me $5,000 plus on a purse. So it turns out that Miss Coco Chanel, way back in the day of World War II, was like a Nazi spy for, you know, it just, you can, I don't want to go into it, but there's all this stuff about how she was a spy for Germany and the Nazis, and just, it was not cool. It put a bad taste in my mouth, even though I know that, you know, she is now long deceased and whatnot. Still, the connection, the whole thing with her brand, it tainted it so horribly bad. But there's still a few things I want from this brand, and the nail polishes are one of them. Now, I've always found, like, well, and over the years, like when I was huge on my nail polish kit, you'll notice I go through these whole little phases of different things I've become obsessed with. Started out earlier on with the nail polish, then the lip glosses and the eyeshadows, and now it's the perfumes. But we had this at work and I couldn't pass it up. It's the, you know, I'm not even going to try saying the French, the nail color in Taboo. It was Chanel, and it was, I tried tearing it, like I've had the ticket so that like I can peel it off, but I want to keep it on there just for the sake of remembering that I paid, well, the store price was $7, but being an employee I get a little tiny discount, so I paid less than that. But it's Taboo, and here it is. It's kind of like this purpley, like, well, right now in this light, depending on the light, like sometimes you get flashes of purple, but it's kind of more like a red with like gold in it. I don't know. So I got that. I was like, I don't care for that price, I'm gonna buy it. So I did. And there's also the perfume. That one was the Coco Chance, was it a Tundra? Or Duton, something with the T-E-N-D-R-E. We're gonna jump over again. I want that because they mainly say that it is a, like a similar, or if it's not a dupe, then it's similar to, and I thought this was Burrito was how you pronounce it, but apparently it's Burrito brand Mojave Ghost, which this is the way hair, leave-in hair spray stuff that was that they partnered with Burrito to, why is it when I say it, it sounds like burrito? I don't, maybe it's Burrito, but I'm pretty sure somebody said Burrito, but for some reason, like when they said it like that, it didn't sound like me saying it, sounding like burrito. So I don't know. But I fell in love with this Mojave Ghost scent, and it reminded me of something, and I think it was like a Victoria's Secret scent, because I have this Victoria's Secret spray, and I promise I will not go and dig that out right now. That was, from memory, it sounded, or it smelled like this, but when I like dug it out and sprayed it, it wasn't quite like this. It was just kind of similar to it. But anyway, I did research and found out that it was that Coco Chance Tendre is, or maybe it's Tinder, I don't know. I should know how to pronounce these things because I did take a little bit of French. Anyway, That one, and then also the Marc Jacobs Daisy. Excuse me. So I think Marc Jacobs Daisy is what I'm going to go with, but I may get the Chanel Chance one too. Did I say Coco earlier instead of Chanel? I'm just, we're at that point where I'm just like zoomed out now, all over the place, more so than normal as usual. So, where was I going with that? I don't know where I was going with that. I feel like I had a whole train of thought with that, and I had like another destination in mind with that, but I don't. I lost it if I did. So, what else do we have? Oh yeah, this was another one of those things that was on sale from Sephora. Or this was when they had that Labor Day sale, the Peace Out Retinol Eye Stick, which I have one of these that I've kind of tried using on here, but not consistently because it's retinol. That's partially what I was talking about when I was talking about like the sun sensitivity. Now that we're going more into fall, weather's getting colder, I won't be as outside as much. I'm going to be using this. So this was on sale. I think it's normally $28, and it was on sale for like $25, and it's only $3 less. But still, I was like, well, I can save a little bit of money plus get my little point. That's another thing I like about Sephora. You get points every time you shop, just like Ulta, but like I've built up so much more points through Sephora at this rate, and plus it boosts up your little level. So I'm just like, I'm gonna go ahead and buy this, and also the free purchase stuff, whatnot. Did I get anything? And I got a sample of this Coco Chanel. What is this? Mademoiselle. I talked about how I don't really like the brand anymore, but here I am showing off even more. So this is one of those little things that you could pick out, like the legitimate, like when you pick out 2 free samples, this was one of the options, so I went with it because it's perfume, and I was like, heck, why not? What else? Oh yeah, going back to the whole eye makeup product stuff, they had, this was part of that 21 Days of Beauty, or maybe, I guess it was 21 Days of Beauty, and then also Sephora had it, because I got this from Sephora. So this is the Clinique Take the Day Off makeup remover, and I used to always get these with those, like when Clinique would have those events where you would spend, used to, it was like $25, get the free little gift with purchase, you know, the little baggie with all the different stuff, and usually there's a little tiny bottle of this in there. So I used to always get the moisturizer, but then they upped the price on the, and then get the free gift with purchase when purchasing the moisturizer, but then they kept upping the threshold for that gift with purchase, so I stopped. And plus the moisturizer doesn't always, I have mixed feelings about the moisturizer. I won't go into that right now. So, and then when my mom was alive, she would always get the gift with purchases, and she'd always have this like a little, she never really used the makeup remover, and she'd always give it to me. So for years and years and years, I had this large stash of these little bottles, even back when it was under that different name. But I love this stuff. I love this stuff. Like if you're wearing waterproof mascara, this waterproof eyeliner, you know, that little like eyeliner that won't budge, this. So this is my jam. So I splurged and got it while it was half price. I think I paid $15.50 for this. No, you know. So I've got my good eye makeup remover, because I've been lacking a good eye makeup remover, especially like with the liquid eyeshadows, like the Stila ones. There were some other ones I had that just weren't budging that well. Anyway, this. If you're having a hard time getting any of your eye makeup off, this. Just saying. So I took advantage of that for sure. And I'm not showing all the free samples that I got either. It's just so too much. So, you know what? Another thing I like by Clinique is this Clinique Moisture Surge moisture. So this is just a little tiny like travel size. I think this by itself, it's probably about $17, 15 to 17. I think it's 15. And I bought this in addition. I forgot what else I bought when I bought this. I bought this as an addition to bump my order up. Oh, I know what it was. Because they sent in 2 shipments. Okay, so I bought it with this. So this is the Sola de Janeiro. Another one of my scents, like, obsessions. This is Sola de Janeiro, the Boom Boom cream scent. Whatever, the Cheirosa. Darn. Let me see if it says it on mine. Whatever I know they have like a billion of those Cheirosas, and they all have a different number for what they are. Does this have it? No, it doesn't. Well, I've got the hand sanitizer. I stocked up on these hand sanitizer sprays when they had them. Again, I won't go into that, but this is the same scent as the Boom Boom cream, which, depending, I always thought it was the Bum Bum cream, but apparently the bum part is pronounced boom. So yeah. I have another one of these kits. I will not dig it out, but it's the shampoo set. So I got the shampoo set, the previous shampoo set, which has a little travel size, which these are like, both of these together are $24. It had the little mini bottle of the leave-in conditioner spray, which I have not tried yet. And it also had a little tiny bottle of the Nourishing Hair Oil, which I have one of those that I got as, again, like one of those where you spent $25. You could get the little trial size when it first came out, and it's this. And oh my gosh, okay, I'm gonna go on a tangent here. Something else I did not include in my previous video about what's been going on. So this hair oil is amazing. You just use a little tiny amount of it. Somebody said it perfectly in a review. Like, I was looking through reviews just to make sure, like, before I put it in my hair, to make sure I wasn't going to regret putting it in my hair, and somebody said less is more. And it really is. So I use like maybe like a dime size amount of this in the palm of my hand, and whew, I mean, for my hair it is amazing. It makes it so shiny. It makes it smell, you know, like the scent. Amazing, like the scent. And so I was like, okay. So this whole kit was $30. Well worth it. Well, I've tried these separately with my other kit. The shampoo and conditioner, I say well worth it. I don't know. I can't say, I don't have anything bad to say, but also it's, I mean, from what I can tell, it's not like anything spectacular, but I love the scent, so whatever. And yeah, so all that. Oh yeah, what I was gonna say when I said this, a whole other situation. So back before I went to Florida, I bleached my hair, you know, redid my roots and everything, which were like down to here-ish, I guess, at the time. Well, probably more like here-ish at the time, but now that's grown out some a little bit. So I decided that I was gonna, you know, actually try to be gentle with my hair for a change. Been bleaching my hair for over 20 years. Found out that, well, normally I use 30 strength developer. I know, 30 volume developer, like, oh no, the horror. And then I even would use 40 volume developer. Oh, gasp, the horror, how dare she. That's, I mean, 20, if I try 20, just 20 makes my hair crunchy. Like, it feels awful, and it doesn't, it'll make it like orange. Like, it makes it super brassy. So 30 was okay, but I feel like 30 is kind of getting to be too weak for my hair. So now I'm back to 40, and haven't really had any issues with 40. So I decided, well, why don't I be more gentle this time? Like, dilute it and make a bleach bath. Like, do what people do to make a bleach bath. And so I did that, thinking, and that way it could, like, it'd be easier to spread throughout. Because I have a hard time when my, like, when my roots are, like, shorter to where I can't see in the back, then I don't I usually wait for them to get really long because it's easier to see, like, the line of separation where I need to put the bleach. So I figured the bleach bath would also make it easier just to distribute, and that way I won't have to worry as much about, like, going over. Huge mistake. I've had the worst damage I ever had with my hair. Like, I thought all my hair was gonna break off, like, all over. I had a lot of hair break off, and I'm surprised I still have as much hair left as I do. Like, I mean, in general, you can't really tell that I've lost as much hair as I have. But I was like, I am never, ever, ever doing a bleach bath to my hair again, unless it's just for a little tiny spot treatment here and there. I'm not doing it all over. Just, we're going to stick to 40 volume developer and just do full strength and just do it the same way that I always have done it, because So, this has been one of the Miracle products I've been using. I also, oh man, I've also been like, had my nice little Sally's order. This is something I've recently tried. It's their brand, the generic value products, concentrated leave-in treatment comparable to the Sebastian Potion number 9. So far, pretty good. Just put it in, leave it in your hair. And then this is something else I bought to try with it, with what happened. It's the blonde leave-in treatment comparable to the 10th Miracle leave-in for blonde hair. To help, because I'm still like, even though my hair is in a lot better shape than it was, but like every night I was applying, I need more of this one and only argan oil, and then the Sally Ion silk drops, coconut oil, and then I've got a couple other products that I got from Sally's that have been really good. I could make a whole other video about that. Like the rescue attempts that I did. Like, I've never had to freak out about trying to, you know, fix my hair as bad as, like, I'm still, like I said, it's a lot better now. It's almost back to, it's probably about 80% back to its normal condition now, as it was then. But oh, it was a nightmare. For me, it was a nightmare for what I've, you know, what I normally put my hair through. I was like, how is it that I was trying to be more gentle with my hair and did like the worst thing I've ever done to my hair? I just, like, every time somebody, like, I read stuff on the internet about how you should do this to your hair because it's more gentle, like in regards to bleaching it, it backfires on me. Like, the harsher I am to my hair, the better the turnout is. I'm just saying, like, I used to always joke that my hair could survive a nuclear war because of all the chemical stuff I've done to it with bleach. And then also, like, trying to curl it. Oh, no, heat, won't work, won't hold a curl unless, like, I sleep in rollers or I have one curling iron that will work with it. But other than that, and it's amazing, like, oh, I know what I was going with the whole bleaching thing. Like, there are areas in my head, especially like right back here in the back of my head, there's always this one spot that no matter what I do, I always have to bleach that one spot multiple times because it will not budge. Or it will budge just a little bit, and it takes several attempts to get that one, and it's usually about that big of an area, and it's always in the same spot. No matter how much bleach I put on it during the initial bleaching, it just will not lift. So I always joked about how my hair could survive a nuclear war, and bleach bath didn't lift it. Nope. It took another very careful attempt to get that, and even then it still didn't fully get it. There's that, and then like a spot somewhere around here. I don't know if you can even see it. Maybe it'll show up on camera if I do this. I don't know. But after what happened to my hair, I'm like, no, we're going to take it easy. It's just going to have to stay that way. At this point, I don't care. We're just trying to do serious damage control. So, yeah. So, I got these together, $45. And this is a really horrible reason why I did this. Because, where is it? Because if you purchase $45 from Sephora, you got their special perfume sampler kit plus bonus Sola de Janeiro Boom Boom Cream. Like, I have so many of these little sizes. Like, I have not bought, and when the day comes I will buy a full size, but I have not bought a full size because I always get, like, these are usually like, or if you spend $25 you can choose one of these. So that's usually what I do. But again, I will go and buy $45 of things that I didn't necessarily need, but, you know, I can always use just so I can get the bonus. And again, we're gonna wrap this around. And I think this is, after I go over this is gonna wrap up. But there's like I think there's supposed to be 12 perfumes, and I did not get one of them. I went through, like, you could see what you're supposed to get. I did not get the Terry Mugler. I think it was like one of the flankers of the Alien perfume. That's okay. That's okay. I got all the other ones, especially the ones I really wanted. So one of them was the Gucci Flora, which I've come to love Gucci. I didn't even touch on that. That's probably a good thing that I did not touch on the Gucci perfume. I could touch on the Gucci perfume, but I will not. And then the Tom Ford Black Orchid. Love the Tom Ford scents. I need to stop with these perfumes though, because especially the expensive ones, I'm becoming like the Hanson song, hey, Cadillac Blues. You want that fine white wine. Oh, that expensive perfume. Yep, that's me. I am not a crazy fan of Flower Bomb, but I will never ever ever need to buy a bottle of Flower Bomb because I always get these little samples of Flower Bomb. Like, I have a lifetime supply of Flower Bomb just through the little samples that I always get. So I've been giving those away too. I got another sample of Skin because I absolutely love this. So, you know, and when I travel, I like taking these with me because they're tiny and you don't have to worry about a big bottle of perfume that could potentially leak over everything. Or, like, if something happened, I mean, you're not going to lose out. And then, of course, Daisy by Marc Jacob. So, and then all this other stuff, too. I won't go into other ones, but yeah. And, of course, this, my favorite. Alright guys, I am going to stop right now because I've lost track of how many times I had to start and stop, and my camera's getting ready to stop now anyway. So I hope everybody's doing well, and we will probably be back soon, possibly maybe with another video. Don't know if it's going to be beauty related or don't know if it's going to be knitting related. I want to do it, well, or knitting crochet related or crafty related. So we may or may not be back, and by we I mean I. So anyway, I hope everybody's doing well and staying safe, and thank you for watching. Another reason why I had all this stuff out is because I need to go through it and put it up somewhere. I just have so many boxes piled up, so now I get to go do that. Yay, this is gonna be fun.